What's going on, everyone? It's the Eradicator, and we have a lot of news regarding Star Citizen Alpha 3.13.1 and Theaters of War as well. So here we go, let's get started. And first, we'll be talking about Theaters of War. There was a calling all devs about Theaters of War, and CIG gave a couple of clarifications. So first they tell us who is working on Theaters of War, and they said that basically right now there are about 10 people who work on Theaters of War, including some staff from CIG and some staff from Firesprite, which is their partner in the UK that helped them develop Theaters of War. So Firesprite themselves are not entirely working on the project. They've also been working with them for the past 2 years, including what was also shown at CitizenCon 2019. This was also already done by them. Overall, Theaters of War represent about 1.6% of the development budget, so it is still quite minimal. So where are they now? Well, they think that they have had positive feedback from the recent tests, especially with Scenario 1, Crosshairs of Crime, and they'll go forward with a second scenario, which is going to be more ship-based, while the first scenario is more ground and combat. They don't just want to have dogfights, but they also want to have multi-crew ships versus multi-crew ships, as well as EVA combat. They're also waiting for healing, which is also going to have a role that they want to have. They want players to be able to revive their teammates in Theaters of War. So now they are closing out Scenario 1, and they're also finishing the cinematics. They want to also have some kind of cinematic approach to the mode, which I don't think is necessarily here, but Chris, being Chris, thinks that it is, right? They're also working on improving performance, which has been an issue since the beginning. And speaking of performance, it was mentioned by Sean that at the beginning, they were playing at 20 frames per second, which was pretty bad, right, at the very first set. And they said that the frame rate has improved in the first set, and the improvement was not due to the game system itself, but more to how ship components and actual graphical polishing has improved. Sean also took credit for the Genothreat event being possible thanks to the progress made during the development of Theaters of War by showing and this was actually showing the usefulness of the development of Theaters of War and how Star Citizen can benefit from the development of Theaters of War. Now, why is the testing group so small, and why is it not open to everyone? This is also something that I've been wanting to try to know for quite some time. And first, they want to know what the 700 developers at CIG think, and then they ask the Evocaddies, because according to Sean, they understand game development more and are better at finding bugs and figuring out where bugs are from. Right now, too much of the internet gameplay is caveated, so they say. So they don't want to disappoint the masses because they are still far from the mode that we are supposed to be playing. They also say that they've already cancelled one Evocaddy playtest because thanks to the internal testing, they already were able to get the information that they needed to go for the first steps. Now, Sean also admitted that back in 2019, he genuinely thought that back then it would have taken a few weeks to complete Theaters of War, but he realized that performance was just not good enough. So, when will Theaters of War be released? And the problem is that there is no when. It's like Squadron 42. It's going to be done when it's done. They say that they want performance to be good enough. Also, as mentioned before, Sean would like the second scenario to be out as well, to combat ground combat with space combat too. It's pretty much it from what we learned here from that calling all devs. But guys, the big news is that Star Citizen Alpha 3.13.1 is in the PTU, and we have the patch notes. So here we go. Let's see what is going on there with Star Citizen Alpha 3.13.1. And first, let's answer the question that everybody wants to know: is the C2 Hercules in the patch? And the answer is no. In fact, this patch doesn't feature any other features that are missing from Star Citizen Alpha 3.13. There are some feature updates though, so in case you cared, there is a new Arena Commander mode, the one versus one duel. Yay, right? So I mean, every time I've played Arena Commander, I can't even play versus another player, so I'm not really sure if this is going to be very useful, but you know, why not? However, this one is important, guys. PvE bounty updates, updating PvE bounties to be in line with PvP bounties. PvE bounties no longer drop QT beacons for hunters to use, so players must navigate to their targets. This is something that I will be trying over the weekend, guys, but it does seem that it's going to be more difficult to find bounties in Star Citizen, and so probably they're doing that because they realized that doing bounties was way too profitable. People were just racking those bounty missions and doing them over and over and over again, making hundreds of thousands of EC per hour. This was a little bit too profitable and not very realistic at the same time, right? When you are doing bounty hunting, you are supposed to be tracking your target. You're not supposed to know exactly where they are all the time, so this makes a lot of sense. Now let's move on to major big bug fixes, and there are quite a few of them. Are they all major? Well, we'll be seeing, right? But they fix an issue causing improper and inconsistent collision between ground cover, such as small vegetation having collision, large rocks having no collisions, and vehicles too. So this makes a lot of sense now, and it's probably going to make going, roaming in open environment a little bit less coherent. Players should no longer experience an infinite loading screen when attempting to load into the PU. This is something that is still happening to me when I, for example, change servers. This is something that has happened to me quite a few times in 3.13 right now. Players should no longer get stuck in an infinite loading scroll after using the bed log out in a ship. Now this is a big one because it was definitely hindering, and it was also it forced people to have a character reset, which then was resetting all of the reputation, for example, that people might have grind. SDF shields should no longer allow damage penetration while the ship is at speed. Very important here to prevent shield holes. This is what the new shield system is supposed to be preventing, and the devs are working hard to do just that. Now rejoice, guys, if your home is New Babbage, refuel and rearm services should now function correctly. The docked Merlin on the Parrot constellation should now no longer be friendly and give the player a friendly fire warning due to actually fighting them. The Drake Buccaneer landing gear should no longer disappear when retracted and should be visible when deployed. Landing gear should now animate correctly on all Freelancer variants. The Aspire Talon should now sit properly and not clip its nose into the landing pads. Pushing a trolley onto the cargo ramp of the Constellation will no longer cause the player to speed up while going over the ramp. Players should no longer be able to take other players' med pens from their suits by entering with them. Oh, we cannot steal people's med pens. That's too bad. Wallace Klimt is no longer away from his table or facing the wrong way and floating. The chairs in the dining area of the Reclaimer should no longer be placed on the models. That is a major bug fix, guys. Yeah, that's what we said, right? The doors, open and close toggles on the Rock DS should now correctly close the pilot seat door. There should no longer be two exit prongs in the turret seat of the Rock DS. They fixed an issue causing the Greycat Rock to receive as much damage as intended when a mineable explodes near, so it was not receiving the damage, sorry. The vehicle barrier in the Carrack should now be able to be closed after raising it. The side turret sits within the Anvil Carrack should no longer be missing the orange highlight when interacting with them. The Hammerhead elevator should no longer collide with the landing bay at Port Olisar, causing the ship to move. The Gladius ladder door should now play properly and close after the ladder is stored. Leaving a trolley in the doorway as it shuts should no longer clip through the floor and erratically kill players. Oh no, that was my favorite feature of Star Citizen 3.13. I've made a lot of videos about that. It's not going to be there anymore, but it makes sense. Attempting to place food or drink in New Babbage should no longer sometimes cause the player to consume it instead. They fix an issue causing minables to not spawn on Ariel. Oh yeah, how many times have I tried to mine on Ariel and there was just nothing to be found there, which is weird, right? Because Ariel is such a beautiful hellish environment. You want to have reasons to go there, including mining. I'm glad that this was fixed. Fixed an issue causing some moons to have surface temperatures of 0 degree and apply no environmental effect to players. It's not just on moons, guys. This also happens on the rest stops as well at the Lagrange points. Localized tests should no longer be present when right-clicking a party channel. Stowing a weapon and walking at the same time should no longer send the weapon back into the player's hands. The Envic Hog wingtip should no longer be missing SDF shields. With that comes 13 client crashes, 3 server crashes, and 4 main thread deadlocks. There are still a couple of known issues, of course. That's why it's a PTU. It's not Evocati, by the way. It's open. It's wave 1, I think, right? Or open wave. They are not saying here, so we don't know. But they do say that customization made on RSI website are missing in-game for the 300 series. Items missing after update and character series and character reset and pledge change. So some items are still missing. There's still a long delay between pickup storing of FPS minables and harvestables. Items client may still crash when loading a second player into Arena Commander. All of the other bugs here are from previous patches of 3.13, unfortunately, right? But still, nevertheless, quite a few bugs in 3.13 have been fixed, and looks like we're definitely going toward the right direction. With that, guys, comes the end of this video. Actually, no, I've got a giveaway this month, guys. Let's not forget about it. This month, I've got a giveaway. It's the last chance, guys, to win a Tumbril Cyclone MT. I've got one for you guys, the subscriber of this channel. I've got one for the Patreons as well. All you have to do, if you subscribe to this channel and answer the giveaway related question, guys, so far, when do you think the tank and the C2 Hercules will come out? A little bet here. I think that it's going to come out in about a week. First, they're going to try to get rid of those major bug fixes. We've got about 2 weeks until Invictus Fleet Week, so they still have a couple of days, right? Plus, I also believe that they're going to probably give it to the Evocatis and maybe the streamers as well, just like the Mercury Star. But I hope I'm wrong. We'll see. But tell me also in the comments down below what you guys think. Also, as I said before, if you are a Patreon or join button member, you should have access to my Discord channel, which is where I'm giving away a second Tumbril Cyclone MT. That's all for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. This is the Eradicator. I'll see you guys later. This video is brought to you by the people who support this channel on Patreon and via the join button as well. Supporters of the channel get access to lots of cool perks, such as access to my private Discord, your question answered in the show, you get to know when I'm going to play, and also you get to have a chance to influence the editorial line of the channel. Any help is appreciated, starts at just $1 a month. Thank you very much for watching. This is the Eradicator, and I'll see you guys later.